Pakistan's worsening security situation has come under renewed scrutiny after a deadly suicide attack claimed by the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, or TTP, killed 15 security personnel in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The incident marks the latest in a string of increasingly coordinated attacks targeting the country's security forces, fueling concerns over Islamabad's counter-terrorism approach, the expanding reach of the TTP, and the fragile security conditions along the Afghanistan border. Our report.
Powerful suicide attack has dealt another major blow to Pakistan's security apparatus. An explosives-laden vehicle rammed into a joint military-police checkpoint in Tank district of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, killing 15 personnel, including 12 soldiers, 2 police officers and 1 government official. According to Pakistan's military, heavily armed terrorists first attempted to storm the checkpost. After facing resistance, they detonated a vehicle-borne improvised explosive device against the outer perimeter, causing extensive destruction. Security forces later claimed to have killed 12 terrorists during the ensuing gun battle. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan, or TTP, quickly claimed responsibility, saying 4 suicide bombers took part in the assault.
This attack is actually identical to the attacks that the Afghanistan Taliban would carry out against the American forces from the years 2001 to 2021. There is absolutely no difference. What has happened? They commandeered a vehicle, filled it with explosives, and then 4 suicide bombers just drove it to the checkpost and they exploded themselves. What is new? The only thing that is new is that instead of taking place in Afghanistan, where the US forces are no longer there, it's taken place inside Pakistan against Pakistani forces.
The attack is not an isolated incident. Khyber Pakhtunkhwa has emerged as Pakistan's most volatile province, witnessing a steady rise in attacks on military convoys, police stations and border installations over the past several years. Districts including Tank, Bannu, North Waziristan, Lucky Marwat and Bajaur have repeatedly come under attack from insurgent groups operating in the region. Recent weeks have also seen attacks on police convoys and security installations, underscoring the persistent operational capability of terrorist groups in the province. Security analysts say the terrorists are increasingly using coordinated assaults involving suicide bombers, vehicle-borne explosives and heavily armed fighters, tactics designed to inflict maximum casualties while exposing vulnerabilities in Pakistan's security grid. At the center of Pakistan's security dilemma is the Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan. Formed in 2007, the TTP seeks to overthrow the Pakistani state and impose its interpretation of Islamic rule. Although organizationally distinct from Afghanistan's Taliban, the two groups share ideological roots and historical links. Since the collapse of the TTP ceasefire with Islamabad in late 2022, the group has steadily expanded the scale and frequency of attacks. Pakistan maintains that TTP fighters operate from sanctuaries inside Afghanistan, while Kabul repeatedly rejects those allegations, insisting that Pakistan's security challenges are an internal matter. The dispute has fueled repeated diplomatic tensions and even cross-border military strikes between the two neighbors. For Islamabad, the latest attack once again raises uncomfortable questions. Despite repeated military operations over the past decade, including Zarb-e-Azab and Rad-ul-Fazad, terrorist networks continue to demonstrate their ability to strike heavily guarded military installations. Critics argue that Pakistan's long-standing policy of distinguishing between good and bad militant groups has created enduring security challenges. They say decades of relying on terrorist proxies have weakened internal counter-terrorism efforts, allowing terrorist organizations to regroup and repeatedly target the Pakistani state itself.
As Hillary Clinton once told the Pakistanis that you cannot feed milk to snakes in your backyard and then expect that they will not bite you. This is exactly what is happening. Now, at the base of it is the kind of fundamentalism that Pakistan has been pushing among its citizens, especially after the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. And we can trace this back to 77 when General Zia took over, toppled Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and certainly from 1979. This is the kind of poison that the Pakistanis have been feeding into their population, more so in a place like Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
For Pakistan, the attack in Tank is more than another casualty figure. It reflects an insurgency that has adapted, regrouped, and continues to challenge state authority in some of the country's most sensitive border regions. As violence spreads across Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and attacks become increasingly coordinated, the latest strike reinforces concerns that Pakistan's internal security crisis remains far from under control and that the battle against militancy is entering yet another dangerous phase.